Hey everybody, it's me Edward Jones back with a new video. SHTF story. Flood in South Carolina. I'm laughing because it was right last night uh we had I have a very one of my jobs is a late night job, and the water basically, you seen the news. I'm pretty sure y'all seen the news with all the rain. And well, as we're getting ready to close, the water just started rising and rising, and so we decided we're gonna get out. Now, uh, a few things that happened during the night. There was outside of our shop, there was a lady who was asleep in her car. During all this was going on, she fell asleep. I guess she didn't want to drink and drive, so she decided to sleep in her car. She left the engine running, and so as the water started to rise up, we were telling her, hey, and she woke up. She woke up a few times, but did not back off. So, hey, you need to go. And so we finally decided to leave. Now I had my truck parked outside of a place of business, and we had to make a stop to the bank to make a deposit. We decided we were able to go to the bank, and it was me and two other friends. They were in one car, and I was by myself in the truck. And so they drove up the hill, made the deposit, and they said they were going home. So as I turned back down, the water is really high, and I drove around. I saw some guys on one street trying to push their car, and their car sits pretty low. I asked them, "Do you guys need any help?" They said, "No, we're good. We're just trying to get a running start on getting the car moving." And they were able to. And I decided, it didn't sit well with me. My friends, they went and told. I guess they went up and told the cops further up the hill about the lady sleeping in her car. So I went out there, and I stepped out the truck, and there was water past my boots. And I wear engineer boots. And they come up they come up to my calf. And I said to her, "Listen, you need to go. You need to get out of here." And I'll open her car door. You see this? And then two cops finally arrived, and they were able to speak to her. They convinced her to get out. I think they said something about her friends are still in this one restaurant that has an upstairs. So they told her staying in here wasn't going to do her any good. So as I got ready to leave, it was like an intersection. I wanted to make a right turn. I couldn't make out where the sidewalk was, so I was afraid of hitting something. So I decided to go towards this bank parking lot and and there was dry land and further down the parking lot. As soon as I dipped down, and the truck was, like I said, the water's pretty high. As soon as I got to the front entrance of the parking lot, there's a dip. I went down, and the motor just stalled. I don't think the motor stalled. I don't think the motor sucked in I don't think it really sucked in much water. The air filter caught a lot that came in. But I remember I was so like, oh shit. So I rolled in my window, and I pulled myself out of the truck from my driver's side window and I climbed up on the roof of my truck. It slid down. I remember I had to I had to pop the hood, and I went back out, and it was like water up to my it's like water up almost up to my knees, and I lifted the hood, checked to see what was up. The engine wasn't fully submerged, but I was worried about water getting sucked in, because I actually had one of my coworkers. He has a Toyota Camry, and he was driving, and another time we had heavy rain, and his car, he hit a section that was really low, and his engine sucked in water and destroyed his motor. Your engine can't compress water, and so it broke his connecting rods. But he was able to since get his car fixed. Funny thing, we did a delivery in my truck that first night, and he rode along with me because he didn't want to drive his car out there. He didn't want the same thing to happen. So, but as I called everybody back, make sure everyone was okay. Everybody else got home. I was really happy about that. Before I did that, as I was outside checking on the truck, I tried starting it up. Truck. I still had power, which meant that there was still some power flowing through the system, but the starter motor was waterlogged, so the starter wasn't going to move. Um, so I tried pushing. Then the truck wasn't going anywhere, and I was like, "Well, sorry, gal, I gotta leave you here." I grabbed my this is my bag. This is my it's a medium sized Alice pack. I keep it with me um, whenever I go to work or just go out in general. And I took that with me. I threw it on. It stayed dried. Everything that was inside my bag stayed dried. So that's a nod to the pack, which I hope to do a review on it down the road. I was soaked, and I can't. I'm not sure if I would say I was upset. The way I saw it, I went back because I was concerned about that lady. I didn't want her staying behind. And yeah, and I know and someone could say that, if you didn't go back, you could have went another route, and um, you could have took another route. But I don't know. It had something to me that said check on her. And I guess that decision may have cost me my truck for the night. But it is what it is. I went home. I got all my wet clothes, and I got on my knees and said a prayer. Lord gives and Lord takes away, and He gave me that truck for a purpose. So if it served its purpose right there and then, it had to be destroyed. If it is destroyed, then so be it. I can get another motor if I have to. But what I decided to do is, it was hard for me to sleep. I was able to finally go to sleep last night, and I went back out. Like I said, there's only a block and a half away from my house this happened, because where I live it's higher up. I'm just thinking, oh man, the water rose high enough to cover the to go over the hood, and my engine probably was submerged, and I was kept thinking about, I knew a guy actually could sell me a motor, very cheap. I had to take it out myself though. But I said, I'm gonna go to sleep, get some rest, and then figure this all out in the morning. So I finally got up, I threw on some dry clothes, walked down. Truck still wouldn't start up, so I had some people help me push the truck into a parking spot. And I figured, well, if I still got power, and I still it didn't seem like a lot of water got in. I checked the water filter was wet. The inside of the inside of the intake wasn't filled. It wasn't filled with water. There was a little bit of water inside of it, but it wasn't filled to the brim with water. I decided, you know what? Maybe it's just my starter. Now I pulled my starter off before. I had it was dirt on the inside. Had a fusible link that went out. The reason why I got these black gloves on is I want to show you what I pulled off, which is why it's a good idea to know how to do certain things to your car on the fly. It can really help out. I pulled my starter off. Right there at the park, right there in the parking spot. And what I plan to do is crack her open. And the funny thing, I just bought a heat gun last week. I'll show you a picture of that. Yeah, I just got this last week, and what I'm gonna see if I can do is take the back plate off, see how much water is inside, and sorry, some things I knocked over. See how much water is on the inside. If it's not much, dry it out. I did hook it up to one of my, because I need 2 car batteries for my truck because it's a diesel, and I hooked up to 1 car battery, and it moved. The starter ran, but it didn't run as fast as it did the last time I worked on it. But I figured, if it runs this time, maybe there's hope I can get it up and running again. I want to see if I can get this done today. If I can get the truck running, bring it back to the house. I checked the dipstick. Some more good news. I checked the dipstick. No water. It didn't look like a milkshake, and the oil looked great. I mean, for what motor oil is. Um, I checked the coolant, no oil in the coolant, so I guess I didn't blow a head gasket or compressing water to where it caused too much pressure and could potentially bust one of my head gaskets. So the coolant looked clean. Um, I think what happened was the connection to my starter and my ejector pump just fizzled out. So while I'm checking my starter, I'm also going to replace another fusible link to see if it does anything. I'll come back with a follow-up video. Um, it's pretty bad out there on Garner's Ferry. There's a lot of it's basically a river. Um, not too far from my house. If you're familiar with Divine Street around Divine and Beltline, it's completely flooded. I've seen pictures of Moe's and Subway in that area. Just the water's really high up. So everybody's out there who's trying to make it. I hope you guys are doing well. Power hasn't gone out at my place, but I heard that power went out in Irmo. Let's see if anything else I can. I didn't take any pictures of my truck. I was in such a state. I said I don't want to take a picture of this. Not that it's embarrassing, but it's like I can't spend my time out here. I mean, for one, and I wasn't even sure if I had my camera on me. And two, I'm in a flood, so there's no. There really wasn't any point for me to stick around anymore. Um, like I said, the truck did its job. It kept me alive again. um, but hopefully I can get her up. Get Olivia up and running and back to the house to see if there's any more stuff I need to do. I know I need to get a new air filter, but let me get started on this starter. I'll see if I can do a follow up video soon afterwards. Let you know what's up. Any comments or questions? Please send a comment or send me a PM. Grab some complaints. Why we're out there driving in a flood. It happens. I'm still here, so, and I was unscathed. Just this little speed bump in a sense. But yeah, that's my video. SHTF story, flooding South Carolina. I'm Edward Jones, and thanks for watching.